Alright, so in my previous video about this particular rematch, I talked about some of the reasons why I'm now intrigued about this fight. In this video, I'm going to talk about the other reason. I'm going to talk about the elephant in the living room. We all know that Canelo failed 2 PED tests. He said that he ate tainted meat, tainted beef. Alright, cool. But here's the question. Will Canelo be as good a fighter without the quote-unquote tainted beef than he was with it? Many people have pointed out the fact that Canelo looks far slimmer since those failed PED tests than he did prior. And I have to agree, to me, Canelo looks like he's lost quite a substantial amount of muscle. Now, I'm sure there are going to be Canelo diehards who say it's a tactical choice. He's coming in slimmer for this fight because he wants to be more active. He wants to have better stamina, and having those big bulky muscles takes a lot of stamina away from him. Takes a lot of energy and work rate away from him when he's got so much muscle on his body. Kind of like Anthony Joshua, right? When Joshua got up to 250 something, he was looking slow and clunky and breathing heavy from relatively early in fights. But since he slimmed down, certainly in the Joseph Parker fight, his stamina seemed to hold up a lot better. So some people, some Canelo diehards might make that argument. But then there's another argument to be made that the reason that he's so slim now is because he's not on the tainted beef. Now, what did the tainted beef give him, if it was a tainted beef that made him so muscular previously? What did that give him? Did that give him more power? Did it give him more physical strength? Because I've mentioned before, I was quite impressed with Canelo's physical strength in the first Golovkin fight, because he was able to push Golovkin back when he decided to come forward with relative ease. In fact, I just felt like he should have stepped on the gas a little bit more. There were times when he had Golovkin on the back foot, and I was wondering why he took his foot off the gas and didn't press home the advantage, because he had Golovkin looking in, I don't want to say bad shape, but he certainly had Golovkin under pressure. Will he, now that he's appears to be slimmed down significantly, will he still have the physical strength to be able to push Golovkin back like that? Will he have more stamina in this fight because he's slimmer? Potentially. But then again, maybe not. Maybe that tainted beef was giving him stamina and strength. I mean, he's never going to have good stamina regardless of what tainted beef he does or doesn't eat. It's all relative at the end of the day. But will his stamina be better without the tainted beef or with it? We know the tainted beef may give him extra muscle. But sometimes fighters with extra muscle can have better stamina because of, whatever substance they're on. I'm not saying Canelo's necessarily on a substance, although he was caught with a substance in his blood. He says it was tainted meat. It is what it is. The point I'm making is Canelo being slimmer and aesthetically, from a superficial point of view, he looks less strong. I'm intrigued to see how that will impact his performance in this rematch. Will Golovkin find Canelo a less formidable opponent? Will he find it easier to manhandle Canelo? Will his punches have more impact on Canelo? Because Canelo in that first fight, he came in with a neck like Mike Tyson. And he's been like that for a while now. You remember the Amir Khan fight? I remember posting a screenshot of that fight. And, you saw Canelo's neck from the back. And it's literally like a little ginger Mike Tyson from the back. His neck is enormous. And he was fighting skinny little twig-legged Amir Khan. Crazy. But here, the Mike Tyson neck is gone. the biceps, the chest, everything appears to be smaller. He's looking more now like he did in the very early part of his career, when he actually fought a welterweight. Remember when he fought Bodemir? Was that a welterweight or was that a 154? I know him very early on in Canelo's career, he did fight a welterweight, but like so many Mexicans, Canelo turned professional very young. What age did he turn pro? 16, 15, 16, 17, somewhere around there. So obviously at that age, you don't have your full, I mean, most people don't have their full man strength. Some people do, but most people don't have their full man strength at that kind of age. Or at least their full size, full man, body size in terms of the muscularity and stuff like that. Most fighters don't have it yet, I probably shouldn't have said man strength, because even if a guy is at his maximum muscularity when he's 17, 18, that he'll ever get to in his life, he might not necessarily be as strong as he would be when he gets to 28, 29, 30, 31. But an example of somebody who reached their maximum size in terms of muscularity very early on would be Mike Tyson. Right? Tyson, by the time he was 17, 18, he was the same size as he was when he fought for the heavyweight title, pretty much, which was extraordinary. He's just someone who developed very, very early. So, yeah, Canelo is someone who turned professional early, so you have to expect that during the early years when he was welterweight and stuff like that, that he was going to fill out naturally from there. But if this tainted beef has been something that he's been on for many, many years, has that masked the fact, or has that masked the possibility that Canelo has only ever been a welterweight, a large welterweight slash, light middleweight all his career? Because that's almost what he looks like here. He almost looks like a big welterweight slash light welterweight here. Very, very slim compared to how he used to look just a few months ago. This is what intrigues me about the fight. It's seeing Canelo coming in skinny and seeing if he's even going to be half the fighter that he used to be, or maybe he might be better skinny. You never know. Maybe he's going to be better for this particular fight being skinny, to give him some extra speed and extra stamina potentially. Maybe it's like, the Disney cartoon Dumbo? I'm taking it back to the old school here, boy. But the Disney cartoon Dumbo is about a flying elephant. It's been so many decades since I watched that movie, but I'm going to try and recall. It's about a flying elephant, and this elephant has got a magic feather. This elephant holds on to this feather because it believes that the feather gives it the power to fly. But one time, this elephant is in the air, flying, holding the feather in its trunk. And the feather somehow slips out and flies away. And the elephant starts to panic. Like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die here. Because I'm falling to the ground. I don't have my magic feather. I can't fly without my magic feather. And there's some kind of animal on his back. I don't know if it's a mouse or, you know how these children's movies are. And the creature on his back tells him, no, you can fly without the feather. You don't need the feather. And obviously, Dumbo doesn't die. Dumbo suddenly believes and realizes, yeah, I don't need the feather. And he can fly fine without it. Is that the case with Canelo and the tainted meat? Will it be a situation where he performs better in the rematch with Golovkin than he did in the first fight, and he starts to think to himself, you know what? I didn't need that safety net of the tainted meat. All these years when I felt like I needed that extra boost from this tainted beef, I didn't need it. I'm talking a hypothetical here now, people. Don't any member of Canelo's team try to reach out and sue me. I'm talking a hypothetical here. All right. Is that what has happened with Canelo, or could that potentially happen with Canelo Alvarez? Could it be a situation where, the tainted meat was a mental enhancer more than a physical enhancer, if that makes sense. His perception of what the tainted meat would do for him was maybe misplaced. Let me know how you feel in the comment section below about the elephant in the living room. Canelo Alvarez losing all this muscle, looking like half the man that he was. He may look like half the man, but will he be twice the fighter? Or will he be half the fighter? Has this situation, like it has for me, made you more intrigued by the rematch with Golovkin? Will he be able to keep Golovkin off? If Golovkin didn't think he hit hard the first time around, is Canelo gonna... Is he gonna be like somebody trying to fight a tank with a pea shooter in the rematch? Is he in serious trouble now without his tainted beef? Let me know how you feel in the comment section below. How's this fight gonna go down? Alright? It's happening. I'm out.